Shabbat Shalom to everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
And welcome again to the teaching today, Hebraic Roots. I am very excited, and it might not sound like I'm excited, but I'm very excited. Today's message is it's titled Shalom or Peace. What does that mean? And I'll explain to you in a little bit. I don't know what it is that you're worried about. I don't know what has been in your mind that it seems like you cannot get rid of the worry. But I believe that this teaching is going to help you. Can you hear me? This teaching is going to help you. So please, with that in mind, go with me to the book of Philippians chapter 4, verse 6 through 9. Now, the one that's speaking here is Paul. Paul is speaking here. Okay? I believe that in some way, many of us are worried about something. Do you agree with me?
Yeah.
And it seems like whatever it is that we're worried about, it seems like it just doesn't, it's still there. Okay, but let's see this teaching today about shalom or peace, okay? So here in Philippians chapter number 4, verse number 6, it says, "Be anxious or be careful for nothing, but in everything in prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests, which means your prayers, be known unto Elohim, and the shalom of Elohim, which passes all understanding, shall keep your heart and mind through Mashiach Yeshua. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are good report, if there's any virtue, and if there's been any praise, think of these things." Okay? Think of these things. Now, there's a difference between peace and shalom. Peace and shalom are not the same thing. When we speak about peace, it's really the absence, there's no war. When we speak of shalom, we're speaking about being complete and whole. Now, do you see the difference? Now, the shalom or the peace of Elohim that surpasses all understanding, okay, shall keep your heart and minds through Mashiach Yeshua. Worry does not just come into our minds. We plant it there. Worry is a weed that we got so bombarded with so much stuff that we didn't know, and what happens is we created what was called cluster in our minds. We really, instead of our minds being like just flowing like a river, a spring water, just flowing and with the breeze, and which the breeze represents the Ruach HaKodesh, just flowing. And we have, when worry comes, see, the Bible says that where do wars start at?
Your mind.
Wars start inside of us.
Amen.
We are the one that cause wars inside our beings.
Amen.
Okay? And see, worry is a waste of precious time. You're wasting something that is, number one, it is not for you to worry about what you're worried about. Have you gone anywhere? Have you gone anywhere but just worrying and worrying? Where are you going to? Where are you going with that?
Stress, that's all. Get stressed out.
Yeah. That's right.
Please go with me to the book of Psalms. Now, Psalms 119, 130. Now, the scripture says that faith comes by hearing, and hearing the word of the Most High. We need His word. We need His word. We need deliverance. We need healing. We need assurance. We need hope. We need many things. So when the word comes, the first thing that comes is faith. Now, look at what it says on Psalms 119, 130. The entrance of thy words gives light. It gives understanding unto the simple. Simple people are people that believe just about everyone, everything, and they really have no understanding of the scriptures. Okay? 131. I opened my mouth and panted, for I long for thy commandments. Okay? 133. Order my steps in thy word, and let not any iniquity have dominion over me.
Amen.
Now, look at verse 135. Make thy face to shine upon thy servant, and teach me your statutes. 143. Trouble and anguish have taken hold of me, yet that your commandments are my delights. The righteousness of thy testimonies is everlasting. Give me understanding, and I shall live. Does yours say the same thing?
Yes.
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 One more. 165. One more. Great shalom have they which love your law, and nothing shall offend them.
Amen. Amen.
Okay. Before I go deep into the word shalom, and give you the understanding of what it is. Because in today's time, we need more peace than ever. Don't you all agree with
Yes.
me?
Amen. Oh, yes. Definitely. Yes.
Okay. To understand peace and shalom, we need to understand that Yahweh's peace is different from the world's peace. True peace is not found in positive thinking. That is not true peace. In absence of conflict or in good feelings. It comes from knowing that Yahweh Elohim, the creator of everything, is in control of everything, including whatever it is that's troubling you. That you don't want to let it go. You create what you think.
Amen.
You become what you think. You are not what you eat. You are what you think.
What you say.
So if you brought worries onto you, well, it's time for you to let it go. The same way you let it in now, the same way you need to let it out. Are you all with me?
Amen. Amen. Yes.
Let Elohim's shalom guard your heart against worries, against anxiety, against stress. And how do you do this? Well, this is what the teaching is for. So I can teach you. I can assure you, when we're done, when I'm done, it's not going to be the same. And to understand this, I am not here to teach you religion. I am not here to teach you legalism. I am not here to teach you what I want you to, in other words, to convert you in any way, because I don't have that kind of power. Only the Ruach HaKodesh has that kind of power. I am here to teach you the truth. Whatever you do with that truth, it is up to you. Because I believe that we live our lives, we're in a school every single day. And every day we wake up, we need to learn something that day. And every person that we meet is that person is going to teach us something so we can better ourselves. Do you all agree with me?
Yes. Yes.
Don't you agree that we need to be better?
Yes.
The way we think,
Yes.
the way we feel, the way we speak, the way we walk. So see, that situation that you are in right now is to teach you a lesson. And are you learning anything?
Amen.
That's why you haven't let it go. Number one, you don't know how. Number two, are you learning anything from it? Even little ants, we are learning something from ants. Even the wind, when it blows, we're learning something from it. But what do? We are constantly complaining. What if? We are a lot of if. What if? We need to get rid of the if. What if? What we put in our minds determine what will come out of our words and actions. If there's worry in your mind, your words are going to be worries, and your actions are going to be worried. We are now what we see. When we look in the mirror, what do you see? What do you see? You see a man or a woman, and then you look at the hair, you look at the body, but that's not who we are. That is not who we are. Worry is an it. Worry, what is worry? Is it a physical thing? Is it a spiritual thing? Worry is an entity. It's an energy.
Spirit.
It's a spirit. It's an energy that we allow in our minds, not our body, in our minds. Because we are what we are in our mind. That is a very powerful thing that we are. It's our minds.
So it's a negative energy.
It's a negative energy.
Negative frequency.
And what does happen when we worry about something that maybe we have no control of? We meditate, we think about it, and then we get anxious, we can't sleep, we don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And guess what? Who allowed this worry to come into your life? And of course, we always blame the snake in the grass, Hasatan himself. But in reality, it wasn't Hasatan, it was ourselves.
Amen to that.
Excuse me.
Yes, that's a good word. It was ourselves.
We cause the way we live right now. I live, the way I live. I am living my dream.
Amen.
You are sitting in my dream.
Amen.
You are watching through Facebook or maybe YouTube through my dream. This is my dream.
Amen.
Whatever it is that you want in life, you will get. It all depends on how you think. And when you have worry, let me tell you what it is. It is a worm. It is a worm. It is a bacteria that does not let you live in shalom, in peace. Paul tells us to program our minds with thoughts that are true, noble, right, pure, lovely, admirable, excellent, and praiseworthy. How many times a day do you swear?
Too many.
Do you know what the word swear really means?
What?
Curse.
You're cursing somebody.
Wow.
When you say bad words, you're really cursing.
Yeah.
How can you say? See, in the world it looks funny, but there's nothing funny about saying bad words.
Nope.
Because what you're doing, okay, the words that we speak is spirit. So when you curse, when you are cursing, the word is really you're really cursing somebody.
Those are spirits, nasty ones.
And see, most people, when sometimes men and women, sometimes during, when you're in the world, sometimes you're in a certain environment that sometimes bad words can make, all right?
Mm-hmm.
cursing in situations.
Cursing in situations, correct? Is that correct?
Yes.
Well, let me tell you what you're doing when you're doing this. A person that curses a lot has nothing in their brains. They really have nothing in their brain. They don't know what to say, so the first thing that comes out is a swear word. And you're cursing. It's a fear. They have fear, so they want to pretend that they're big and they begin to swear. This is why gangs, you have noticed gangs, they curse a lot. It's a fear. They look like they're not. There's a fear.
Well, they want to instill fear.
Yes, when you're speaking bad words, when you're speaking curses, makes you look what?
Big.
Tough.
Makes you look tough and big, and I'm the man, and I'm the woman, and this is the way it is. No. To me, it makes you look ridiculous. Because if you don't have nothing to say, that according to the situation, then when I see person cursing, you know what? I see fear. I see fear.
Well, it depends how you look at it, yeah.
Do you have problems with impure thoughts and daydreams? Ask Yahweh Elohim to help you focus your mind on what is good and pure. It takes practice, and it can be done. See, to go into the kind of mentality of really getting rid of worries. Well, worry is a normal thing because I'm human. Well, he never said to any human being to worry. He never said to any human beings to worry. He never said this. When he said to Adam, I am going to give you the responsibility to name all the animals. It is not biblical. He said, I'm going to give you worry. See, worry is not for you or for me. It's his. And we're taking his authority. We're taking his job that it doesn't belong to us.
Wow.
Do you want to be worryless?
Yes.
That would be nice.
Yes. Yes.
Then pray more.
Amen.
Are you praying? I'm sure you're not.
Yeah, you got it.
So if you want to be worryless, you need to pray more. And see, when I'm speaking about prayer, I'm not speaking about repeated prayers. I am speaking about that you're coming out of the situation, that you need to see yourself the way it's supposed to be.
Got it.
Whenever you start to worry, pray. You need to stop and pray. I guarantee you it will go away.
Yeah.
See, nobody likes to pray because we're not used to it. It looks kind of ridiculous because, you know, I'm by myself. Nobody's around me. Who am I talking to? Well, let me tell you this. Our body is the temple of the Ruach HaKodesh.
Amen.
And you want to see how you sound? Cover your ears when you're in prayer and listen to yourself. And it starts echoing.
Yes.
That's powerful. So you're not talking, you're not being there by yourself. See, the reason a lot of believers don't excel in the Word is because the more you excel, the more spiritual you get, and you go into dimensions that is kind of scary. Mm-hmm. Because if you look at the Bible is not natural. The Word is not natural. It is supernatural.
Amen.
It is a very powerful thing, and it takes you to dimensions.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready to go to that dimension?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Then get rid of worry.
Amen.
It was never meant for you to worry about what? Oh, I don't have enough money to pay my mortgage. Well, have you been paying it tonight? Well, I haven't paid it in 2 months. Well, let me tell you, if you confide in Him, He will give you a way of how to do it.
Amen.
We've been there, we've done that, and there's nothing that you are going through that my husband and I have not gone through.
Amen. Yes.
There was one time in our life, and I'm going to be very honest with you, that we were so financial, and we had the business, but we were having problems financial, that you know how we made it, how my husband and I made it?
By faith.
We had a washing machine and a dryer that were commercial. And I will go into the dryer and pull out whatever was there. Sometimes it was $5. And you know, can you imagine I would take the quarters and go and buy a chicken?
Oh.
Do you know how bad I felt? A woman that made a lot of money? Okay? Then now I'm paying with quarters? $5 to me seemed like a lot of money. I would go into my car and I would cry. I couldn't believe me. I was having a tremendous business, and of course it wasn't going at the end. Almost we had financial work because we were in debt. But see, my faith is big.
See, but the thing is that we went into that to help the guy.
Yeah, we went into that to help.
Place.
Yes.
So we had to go under so he can go up.
You can hear what my husband said, that
That's
we
what
went into that because we were helping the guy to buy the building.
So his credit
So
went up
his credit can go up.
to help somebody.
To help somebody else. Now, let me tell you this. When you have faith,
Amen.
it will move mountains. When you have faith, it can achieve anything.
Mm-hmm.
If you have the faith of a mustard seed, you can say to, I'm not kidding, you can say, let there be, and it will be. When you have that kind of faith, you will say, let there be, and there will be.
Amen.
And Maria, how can I speak that way? Because I know what you, or some of you are going through, because my husband and I, we've been there, and we've done that. But what happens when constantly you're worried about what? What has it done to you? Let it go. It does not belong to you.
Amen.
It's time for you to let it go. Am I speaking to somebody right now?
Amen.
Let me see you.
Amen. Amen.
Is it working?
Yes.
Yes.
Let it go.
Let it go. Just hold on to it.
Amen.
The Elohim of Shalom be with you all.
Amen.
Amen. Hallelujah.
See, I don't want the Elohim of peace. No, no, no. I want the Elohim of Shalom to be with you all.
Yes.
Amen.
Do you know the difference?
Yes.
When you have His Shalom, you are going to be complete. You are going to be whole. You're not going to be missing anything.
Amen.
Nothing.
Amen.
You are going to be number 7, completeness.
Amen.
You are going to be whole.
Yes.
That is the difference between shalom and peace.
Amen.
Peace is there's no war. And that's okay. We need that too. But we need shalom inside of us. We need to be whole. We need to be restored the way He wants us to be.
Amen.
We got too many phony balonies preaching religion and legalism, and I belong to this thing. I'm non-denomination, and I don't care what you belong to.
Shalom Aleichem.
He wants true worshipers.
Amen.
He wants those that come to Him in spirit and in truth.
Amen.
He wants those to come in rucha and emet. Worry is the work of the natural man.
Yes.
And what that will do will hinder and clutter your mind. Peace,
Piece of steel.
shalom, is a pure stream of the fruits of the Spirit. And that is where the spiritual man is. And this is why the man has, and when I mean man, I mean mankind, has the mind of Mashiach. Doesn't it say to have the mind of Mashiach?
Yes. Yes.
Why do we need to have the mind of Mashiach? Because the mind of Mashiach
Was in tune.
takes you to levels, spiritual levels that we do not comprehend.
Amen.
Because the mind of Mashiach, our minds, is who we are. Who we are is not what we see. Who we are is inside of us, is in our mind. It's a very powerful force that Yahweh has placed upon us.
Amen.
It all depends on who do you really know who you are. What kind of faith do you have? Israel is called overcomer. What do you need to overcome? If you need to overcome worries, then overcome worry because it doesn't belong to you and you have taken it because you say, it's my worry. I am worried. Are you for real? Get rid of that. That doesn't belong to you. Who made you owner of worry? Who made you owner of worry?
We become owners of a lot of
We
things.
did.
We did ourselves.
Ourselves.
Do you need? And what do you need to do?
Get rid of it.
Get rid of it.
Get rid of it.
And I know today. And let me tell you why today.
Yes.
You want to know it?
It's the day that he made, and we will rejoice in it.
Go with me to the book of Genesis, Bereshit, in
Hallelujah.
chapter number 2.
Genesis chapter
Now.
2. Amen.
Listen very carefully. Because faith comes by hearing, and hearing his word.
Amen.
We don't want to hear man's word. We don't want to hear women's word. We want to hear Yahweh's word.
Hallelujah.
That surpasses all understanding.
Yes.
The seventh day is the only day that he blessed.
Yes.
It is the only day that is called Shabbat
Shalom.
Shalom.
Shabbat. That's right.
Be at rest and be complete. Be at rest and be whole. Be at rest and be blessed.
Wow.
Look at what it says in Bereshit chapter 2, verse number 2. On the seventh day, the number 7 is complete. The seventh day, Elohim ended the work which he had made. The word made there is not created, which means he's restoring.
Yes.
And he rested on the seventh day from his work which he had made, not created. And Elohim blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because in it he had rested from all the work which Elohim, now he says, he had created and made.
Amen.
That's right. He has
It is the only day out of the 7 days of the week that is called Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
It is the day, not only is his rest that he allows us to go into his rest, but it's a day that he gives us completeness. He makes us whole.
Amen.
Shalom.
Amen.
Hallelujah. Life is worthless without peace.
Yeah.
Without peace, the mind cannot think right.
Mm-hmm.
Because you are what you think you believe in your mind.
Wow.
You are not what you eat. You are what you think you are. Because before you eat, you're already thinking you are going to eat that Twinkie. Or you're going to eat the vegetable.
No.
You're thinking first. The thinking.
Amen.
So where is worry? You think worry is in your body? Worry is in your mind. Because that's who we are. And the mind and the heart work together.
Yes.
And stop being a victim and stop saying, boo-hoo, poor me. Be anxious for nothing. Be worried for nothing. What are you worried about?
In this moment,
Stop making
What is worry? Worry is a troubled state of mind, and the mind becomes anxiety, it becomes distress, it becomes mental pain, it's a dread, it's uneasiness, it's a mental distress over some problem that most of us, have no way of how to fix it. So why are you still thinking about that? Why? Money?
Now, you know what the problem is, Maria? I mean, I'll speak for myself.
Okay.
Is projecting the future. I'll think, ahead, and it's like, what? And I tell myself, stay in the now. Stay in the
That's
now.
a very good comment, and I hope all of you heard it. That he says it's projecting the future, that, and I said, stay in the now. Let me tell you this. Those that think about the past, they are dead. And I'm speaking about people that are alive.
Right.
Those that think about the future, they live in fear. And those that think of the present, they are the ones that are going to make it.
Wow.
We live not in a time frame. We live inside our bodies, not enjoying what we have.
Yes, for sure.
Yes.
That's right.
If we go to sleep, we're thinking what we're going to do the following day. We don't even rest easy.
Yeah.
When we wake up in the morning, we're not even thinking of when we brush our teeth, get dressed, or eat our breakfast. No, we don't do that.
No.
We're constantly thinking about tomorrow because we're living in fear and worries.
Yeah.
Instead of living in the present. Instead of enjoying the smile on a child's face. Instead of enjoying that cup of coffee and sitting down. We're thinking and we go to sleep, and a lot of people, what do? They put their cell underneath the pillow to see who's going to call them.
Yeah, there's a lot of those.
That is not a way to live. That is stupid.
That's not kosher.
And it's stupido.
Kosher.
I am not kidding. You take it as you want. We need to stop that, because let me tell you, we only have one life to live, and we only live at one time. We only have what? This is a journey in life. And it only gives us one-way ticket.
One chance.
We don't have a round trip.
Yeah.
One-way ticket. And what he has given us is more precious than diamonds. It's more precious than gold. It's more precious than any money anybody has, anything. It's our life.
Amen.
And what are we doing when we put this worry inside our minds? You know what? We're not living in shalom.
Correct.
Because we're not complete. If this message is for you or it's not for you, I really doesn't matter. Say amen.
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 Ben,
It is.
so be it.
Abracadabra.
Whatever you think about the most daily will control your life. And worry will bring problems to your health. What is the point of you worrying? You were not created to worry. You were created to say, let there be.
Yes.
Abracadabra.
And there is.
Are you creating what you want in your life? Well, it's not that easy. Well, it all depends on what you believe. It all depends on what you believe. It all depends if you say, when Yahweh says, let us make man in our image and our likeness, and let them have dominion, authority over all the animals, over all the earth. So it all depends on who you believe, who you think you are. Because whoever you think you are and believe, that's who you will be. This is not a positive kind of message. This is an inspirational message. It's the truth. Because the truth is the only one that's going to make you free.
Yes.
What were you created from?
What was that again?
What were you created from?
Earth.
Well, that's the body.
Oh, spirit.
But who gave you the spirit?
Yahweh.
Now watch this.
Wow.
Now watch this. We were created from the earth, correct?
Yeah.
This is us. Okay? But see, I am not speaking to your body. I am speaking to your intellect. I am speaking to your heart. I am speaking to who's inside of you. The real you.
Amen.
Who created that?
Yahweh.
The one that created that was, look at this, was Yahweh.
But we twisted it.
But look at this. Well, how did he create us inside? He created us through his DNA.
Amen.
And how also did he create it? He put inside of us what? Atoms. Atoms. And these atoms, okay, if you take it in Hebraic mindset, is the Aleph Tav.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Spirit.
Atoms are little particles, okay?
Of energy.
Let me, okay, I'm going to give you a little, let me show you how this works, okay? Can you all see this? Can you all see this?
Amen.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, this is the 6 days of creation.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. If you look at day 1, he created atoms, and these atoms created also 4, light and light. Day 2, atoms, and this atom created on day 5. And day 3, what did he do?
Created
The earth.
the earth.
And this earth atom created what? Animals and mankind.
Yeah.
The only place that he didn't create atoms was on the 7th day.
Because he rested. He's complete.
Are you all with me?
Yeah.
So see, I am not speaking to the body, to the natural man. I am speaking to the spiritual man. Get rid of worries. And today you're in Shabbat. Today he's going to make you whole.
Amen to that.
Today he's going to get rid of the worries. Hallelujah. We need to pay more attention to what's inside of us than what's outside of us. And that's the little attention that we don't do. We don't pay too much attention to what's inside of us. The real person that's inside of us. Why is that?
Distracted with the outside.
You know, it's amazing how a lot of women, they put the fake boobs and the fake behind and the fake this and the fake that. And now you see them that they look like the Joker from Batman. What? And okay, you do all this and that's okay. But what about your insides? What about your insides?
Don't touch.
What kind of construction are you doing in your insides? This is why we need His Word. This is why we need Shabbat. This is what He is doing in these last days. What is He doing? The word Shalom means He's restoring you to completeness. He knows that you've been complaining daily, and you talk about the same thing. And He's telling you what you need to do. Look at what it says. Go with me to the book of Isaiah chapter 43, verse 1 and 2.
43.
Yeshua is called Sar Shalom.
Amen. Prince of Peace.
The Prince of Shalom.
Amen.
Sar means prince.
Isaiah
And peace, Shalom. Look at what it says in Isaiah 43, 1 and 2. But now thus says Yahweh that created thee, O Jacob, and he that formed thee, O Israel, fear not, for I have redeemed thee. I bought you. I have called thee by thy name, thou art mine. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. And through the rivers, they shall not overflow you. When you walkest through the fire, you or thou shalt not be burned. Neither shall the flame kindle upon thee.
So that's what I read this morning.
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Amen.
These 3 men that went into the fire's furnace.
Hallelujah.
What did they say to King Nebuchadnezzar? King Nebuchadnezzar, honestly and truly, we are not going to worship the idol that you got.
That's right.
And even if you put us even if you put us inside the stove and 7 times and you heat it real, we're not going to do it because look at what they said. We know that our Elohim will take us out of there.
Deliver us.
Will deliver us.
Amen.
Did that happen?
Yes.
Yeah.
3 men went in.
Yep.
And how many King Nebuchadnezzar saw?
4.
4. What happens when they came outside? Not even their hair
Was singed.
was singed. It was not burned.
Woo!
And what did King Nebuchadnezzar said?
I bow down
Your
to you.
God's gotta be.
Your God is God.
That's right.
Now everybody worship Yahweh Elohim of Israel.
Amen.
Let me tell you, it takes great faith to believe on who you believe.
That's for sure.
Because you and I are made in His image and His likeness, which means we have His character. What is your character? And we need to stop looking at people and condemning people because of their flaws. Have you looked really in the mirror to see how many flaws you have?
Yeah, that's right.
And get naked, completely naked. And I can tell you that everything's going south. And it's wrinkly. But when we look at that, that is not who we are.
Amen.
This is powerful.
Amen.
I feel it.
Yes.
I'm getting delivered.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Listen very carefully.
Yes.
And I'm going to bring you to the word shalom.
Uh-huh.
Shalom and peace are two different things. We all want world peace, correct? I believe we all want world peace. Yes or no?
Yes.
But the shalom that He wants to give us is the shalom that's inside of us. So we also can give also and can deliver and can actually talk about the peace.
Keep on knocking, but you can't come
Not only in what we have inside of us, but also so we can portray what's outside of us. Now, shalom is not a physical thing. Shalom is a spirit.
Amen.
Yahweh is a spirit. His kingdom is a spirit.
Mm-hmm.
We have a spirit. Knowledge is spirit. Wisdom is spirit. Understanding is spirit.
Yeah.
Now, worry
So,
is a negative spirit
Uh-huh.
yes.
Yeah.
Not possible.
Yeah.
Yes.
that will destroy you.
Yeah.
True.
Shalom.
Weights you down.
And then when worry comes, since it's also an entity, it's a frequency, it's an energy, it will weigh you down. But when shalom comes, and Yahweh, and the Sar Shalom, Yeshua HaMashiach, who is the Prince of Peace, who is the Prince of Shalom, when He comes, and you really says, I am tired of this, I want to be made whole. Guess what's going to happen with the worry that's been troubling you? You're going to trouble your trouble, and you're going to trouble your worry, because that is exactly what happens when the Ruach HaKadosh, the power of the Most High, comes. What the demon said to Yeshua, they kneel before Him and they said, did you come here
To torment us.
to torment us? Did you come here to torment us? One of the things that the enemy cannot stand is when the word is spoken. And not just any word, the Aleph Tav.
Amen.
The Prince of Peace, Sar Shalom. When He comes and speaks, let me tell you, those demons have to leave. Worry has to leave. Why? Because worry is a sin.
Amen.
That does not come from Yahweh. It comes from the enemy. And we allow it to come into where? In our minds.
Yes.
And to torment us just like a big drum, like a hammer, and it's hammering in your mind. Where do conflicts come from? It comes within inside of us. Yes, exactly. James chapter 4 verse 1.
Amen.
Please go with me. James chapter 4 verse 1. Hallelujah.
Glory.
Hallelujah. Thank you,
Glory.
Father. Now,
James chapter 4. James.
look
How
at
you
James.
doing, James? James chapter 4.
It says on James chapter 4 verse 1, from whence come wars and fighting among you? Come they not from your own members? You lost and you have not. You kill and desire to have and cannot obtain. You fight and war, yet you have not because you ask not. Asking means praying. You're not praying so worry can leave you. Instead, you're constantly complaining others should say, what others should do. You know what? Look at your life. And see, before things change in our life, the ones that need to change is ourselves.
Amen.
Are you with me?
Hallelujah.
Of course you're with me. If you're not with me, then where are you going to be? Listen very carefully. Are you worried about God? If you're not worried about Him, then why are you worried about your situation?
Yeah, that's all right. You're right.
Worry is a state of mind.
Yeah, stuff like this.
Your mind is not at ease. Understand that living in peace is both an outward and an inward process. Outside, when we want peace, it's a way of life which we respect and love each other in spite of our culture, religious, and political differences. Because if you really look at the Bible, Yahweh never called a religious nation. He never said you're going to go into this religion or politics. That is man-made. And we need to respect each other. And we need to stop saying, oh, because what I believe is better than yours. Who told you this? Inwardly, each of us need to cultivate peace. How can you cultivate peace when you're constantly worried? This means understanding and overcoming worry, fear, anger, intolerance, and lack of social skills that causes violence. For in continuing to ignore the rage within, the storm outside will never subside. Remember Yeshua, what he said? When he was in the boat, that he was sleeping? The disciples were in the ship, or in the boat. And he was very calmly underneath the deck, on a pillow, and he was sleeping. And the water started rising. And according to what I studied, the waters were as tall as a building of 5 or 7 heights tall. And then they go underneath and it says, Master, please, we're gonna drown. Aren't you worried? And he just wakes up like nothing. And he looks at them. And really, he must have looked at them and says, where's your faith? I am in the boat with you, and you still worry? What's up with you? I am the Or Shalom. Woo! You don't confide in me? What's up with you?
Wow.
I am your Or Shalom. I am your Prince of Shalom. I am your Prince of Peace. And you don't even see that I'm with you because you're blind as a bat.
Wow.
You have no faith.
Too busy being worried.
Wow.
And now you're calling. See, the reason they called him, they did not come to call him. They were praying to him. And they woke him up. They woke him up. See, this is what prayer does.
Wow.
In the middle of the storm, in the middle of your worries, in the middle of what's going on in your life, let me tell you, man has rejected you, women has rejected you, family has rejected you, but he will never reject you. Because you belong to him. Hallelujah. And what happened? They were shaking and baking and they got goose pimples all over and I don't know what's going on. And what did Yeshua did?
Peace.
The Prince of Peace, the Or Shalom. He goes, watch and see my salvation.
Hallelujah.
See, you're going to give what you have. And since he has peace and he has shalom, what did he do? He goes outside of the ship, right there in the deck, and he just raises his hands. And he says, peace, be still.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. Woo!
Wow.
And what happened? Immediately, it went, the waters calm. And what did the disciples say? Who is this man that even the storms and the waters listen to him? He was teaching his disciples what they needed to do that you are not doing.
Wow.
Peace, be still.
Be still.
Wow.
Because I don't come in my name. I don't come in anybody's name. I come in the name of Yahweh, Sabaoth. I come in the Son, Yeshua HaMashiach. There's power in the name.
Yep.
And you need to say, peace, be still.
Word.
Shalom, be still. Hallelujah.
Wow.
Yeshua said, peace I leave with you. My shalom. He says, my shalom. You want to go there?
Yes.
Yes.
You don't have to if you don't want. John 14:27. Peace I leave with you.
He said,
My shalom. Completeness, whole. I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives you.
Amen. Amen.
Do not let your heart be troubled and do not be afraid. Do not worry.
Wow.
Let me read it again.
Amen.
John chapter 14, verse 27. Are you all with me?
Yes.
Let this go inside of you.
Shalom. I leave you.
Peace. Now he's already spoken it because he's blessing us already.
Amen.
Wow.
Peace I leave with you. My shalom I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled. And do not worry or be afraid. I already blessed you.
Wow.
Let it go. It doesn't belong to you. What are you worried about? How long have you been worrying about your situation? Are you still in the same spot when you first started? Just like a treadmill, you're running and running, but you seem like you're not getting anywhere.
Like a hamster.
Like a hamster? Like a hamster in the wheel?
Going around circles.
Are you still in the same? Get rid of it. You're fighting your own war that doesn't make any sense.
Wow.
That's why you cannot get out where you're at.
That's right.
Because let me tell you, you want to, but you're so used to fighting and you're so used to worrying that you don't know how to get. Well, today's your day.
Amen.
This is the day. This is the day that Yahweh has made. That Yahweh has made. We will rejoice. We will rejoice and be glad in it. And be glad in it. This is the day that Yahweh has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day. This is the day that Yahweh has made. Hallelujah. I feel some of you already getting delivered.
Hallelujah. Amen.
Listen very carefully.
Wow.
And I'm going to take you in a little bit to the woman of the issue of blood. This is very powerful. What has worry, which I call the silent killer, gotten you?
Nothing. Nothing. Sickness.
Worrying will never change your outcome.
A lot of dandruff in your hair. Dandruff in your hair. Brightness.
Someone once said, an average person's anxiety or worry is focused, let me tell you, and I hope you write this down,
Wow. Come on now.
40% on things will never happen.
Oh, oh, oh.
You're right.
30% on things about the past that cannot change.
Wow.
12% on things about criticism by others, mostly untrue.
Wow.
10% about health, which gets worse with stress.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And 8% about real problem that will never be faced.
Wow.
Can I say it again? You want me to say it again?
Yes.
Say it slow.
Here we go.
40%.
Write it down. Someone once said the average person anxiety or worries is focused on 40% on things that will never happen.
Wow.
30% on things about the past that cannot be changed. 12% of things about criticism by others, mostly untrue. 10% about health, which gets worse with stress and worries. And then 8% about real problem that will be faced. So really, think about that. And reality is, you should spend 90% on the solution and 10% on the problem. And what do most people do? They do backwards.
Reverse it.
They do 90% on the problem and 10% on the solution. That's why they don't come out.
So when it's all said and done, only 8% of everything you spent your time worrying was even legit.
Exactly.
92% was
Exactly.
a waste of time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, that's powerful stuff.
Only 8% is
Yahweh Shalom
Messed up.
Wow.
Yeah.
will pass all understanding on things that right now you don't know what's going on and you don't know how to come out of where you're at.
Wow.
We need His understanding. We need His Shalom. Now I'm going to talk to you about the word Shalom. I'm going to break it down for you. Okay? Since I did this, let me just flip the chart. Okay? Okay, I'm going to write it the way in Hebrew. Okay? Hebrew is from right to left. Okay? Now this is a Shin. And this is
Yeah. Lamed.
okay, Lamed, okay. And then this is Shalom. Okay, this is right here. This is Amen.
Amen.
Oops, sorry. That's Amen. If you see this, you read it or you write it also from right to left. It says Shalom. Okay? But one of the letters that I want you to really see here is the word Mem. It's Shalom. You know, it says Shalom.
Yeah. It's close.
Shalom.
Yeah.
Well, one is closed and one is open.
Yeah. But this one's
Okay? And if you notice that the word Mem or the letter Mem has two M's.
Yeah.
This is an M.
Yes.
Okay? Now, this Mem it represents water, and water represents a womb. This is where all the secrets are stored. This says, Yeshua said, for you have been given to know. See, this is another Mem, okay, which is like this, okay, and it's open. Yeshua, to you it has been given to know the secrets of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it has not.
Wow.
These secrets can only be taught where? When you're on disciples in Shabbat.
Shabbat. So the close mem is...
The close men is secrets that are hidden. It's hidden. This Shalom is hidden.
So this is only for the people on the Sabbath who are paying attention.
This is the one, yes,
The disciples.
that Yeshua decides to open their understanding so they can understand the scriptures.
That close
Wow.
revealed today.
Are you with me?
Yes.
That's what this is. This he right now, look at this. This is what, oh, no, let me do it in blue.
So we go from the...
The man represents water, okay?
Yeah.
So really, water, okay, this is water. This is a womb. This is a womb. What happens when a baby's inside a womb? There's water,
Yes.
okay? What happens when the baby comes out?
Water
The water comes out.
Okay, the water comes out. This is also mikveh. This is also baptism.
Wow.
Okay, so the word shalom is not like peace. In in English.
More deeper.
In Spanish, es paz. In whatever language, it's the same. But only in Hebrew means completeness. It means whole. Nothing missing. You're going to have health. You're going to have prosperity. You're going to be blessed.
Amen.
Okay? Now watch this. The Hebrew shalom is understood around the world to mean peace. However, it is only a small part because also shalom is used when we're greeting each other. And when we're saying goodbye. See, it's not, when we say shalom, when we greet you or when you say goodbye, you're not saying this. You're really saying to that person, may you be complete. May there nothing be lacking in your life.
Amen to that. Hallelujah.
Are you with me?
Yes.
When you say hello, goodbye, that's not being complete.
No, that's
And when you say shalom aleichem, shalom aleichem, it means may I bring peace, may you have peace. But really, may you be whole, may you be healed, may you be prosper, may you have abundance, may you be in love.
Yeah.
It's more than just saying shalom you all.
Hey! I said that.
Shalom, it's more than that.
I said that this morning.
Yes.
Speaking a blessing.
You're speaking a blessing upon that person. And what happens? That person, what do they do? They repeat also shalom to you too. May you be complete also.
Amen. Wow, that's powerful stuff.
Hey, y'all.
Did you know that I got so used to saying shalom aleichem or shalom that sometimes it's hard just to say hi, literally, not because of anything, because I know what it means.
Amen. I messed up.
See, it's not just enough to say, okay, I want prosperity, I want healing, and you have to. But when you begin to speak it to other people, the people will begin to speak it to you too.
Amen.
And you're going to be blessed without measure.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Are you with me?
Amen.
Deers.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, 2 of them.
Now watch this.
Probably all the shalom.
Shalom.
Huh? I mean, yeah.
It's more than simply peace.
Amen.
It means complete peace. It is a feeling of contentment, and completeness, and wholeness, and well-being, and harmony.
We got the whole
Listen very carefully. In the concordance, it's 7965, the number 79. Shalom means completeness, wholeness, healthy, peace, welfare, safety, soundness, tranquility, prosperity, perfectness, fullness, rest, harmony.
Everything.
And it's also the
79.
absence of agitation and discord.
7965.
Absence of agitation.
Right.
In the concordance is number 7965.
Absence of agitation and discord.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm talking
Isn't that powerful?
about. Amen. Wow.
I know some of you don't know this, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Wow.
And it's sort of like a little song. It says,
Say something.
Shalom, Shalom, Jerusalem. Shalom, Shalom, Jerusalem. Shalom, Shalom, Jerusalem. Shalom, Shalom, Jerusalem. Shalom, Shalom. Shalom, Shalom. Shalom, Shalom. Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. Jerusalem will always live in me. Shalom, Shalom. Shalom, Shalom. Shalom, Shalom. Shalom, Shalom, Jerusalem. Hallelujah. Isn't that awesome?
Glory. Hallelujah.
May those that pray for the peace of Jerusalem prosper.
Amen.
Woo!
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
God first.
This is a tremendous message today.
Amen.
Yes, it is.
Listen very carefully.
Wow.
We need it
Praise
so
Yahweh.
bad.
Yes,
Oh.
hallelujah. Hallelujah. Yahweh.
Psalm 122, 6 through 9.
What happened? Did we went to John? Did you read John?
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did? Okay.
Yeah.
John.
Psalms 122,
Okay.
6 through 9.
Psalm 122.
Now, do you see why it's very important to hear the word?
Yes.
There it is.
Because
right there.
faith comes by hearing, and hearing the word of the Most High. Now, we're going to do that at the end. We'll sing it again at the end. Now,
Amen.
watch this. 122, verse number 6. For my brethren and companions' sake, I will now say, peace be within you. Are you with me?
No,
Did I say the wrong one? I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Psalm
Yeah.
122.
it's 122.
Okay, 122, verse
Verse
number
6.
6. I'm sorry. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. They that shall prosper, they love thee. Okay, verse number 8. For my brethren and companions' sake, I will now say, Shalom be with you.
Amen. Shalom be with you.
See, your prosperity, your healing, everything is in your mouth.
Wow.
Okay? Verse number 9. Because of the house of Yahweh, our Elohim, I will seek thy good. Okay? It's important. Now, look at number 125, 119, chapter 119 of Psalms,
What verse?
165.
165.
119, 165.
Amen.
Great shalom have they which love your law, and nothing shall offend them.
Hallelujah.
Now, reality, what this word means, listen very carefully. Whatever has been broken, whatever you're not complete in, shalom means to be restored completely. And where can we find this in the Bible? Well, we're going to take you to the woman of the issue of blood.
Amen. Hallelujah.
And you're going to see that Yeshua said it all the time. Luke chapter 8, verse number 41.
Luke 8.
Luke 8,
41.
this is the woman of the issue of blood.
Luke 8.
8:41.
Luke 8, 41.
41.
Yes.
Luke chapter 8, verse 41. Now, this is,
Amen.
remember Jairus, that his daughter died, and he go, now he sent for Yeshua to be called so he can resurrect her.
Yeah.
Okay? And let's see who his daughter is. And let's see who this woman of issue of blood is. Look at what it says on Luke chapter 8, verse 41. And behold, there came a man named Jairus, and he was a ruler of the synagogue. And he fell down at Yeshua's feet and besought him that he will come into his house. For he had one and only. He only had one daughter, and 12 years old. She was 12 years old, and she lay dying, but he went, and the people thronged him. In other words, he was going, but the people were like, they looked like sardines. Okay? Now, before I continue, this daughter, that she was 12 years old, it is a symbolic meaning that is a type of Israel. The 12 tribe of Israel.
Wow.
Okay?
Wow.
Okay? And look at also another word, and then look at this. And he had, look at this, and he had one, talking about one house.
One house.
One Israel. Only daughter, about 12 years old. This is the 12 tribes, okay? And she, the word she here is that she was dying unless the Messiah will come and resurrect her.
Wow.
Okay? Now, and lay a dying, in other words. But as he went, people thronged him. Okay, now. Now look at verse 43. And a woman having an issue of blood. The word blood there means that most of his children are anemic because you know what? They're not following Yeshua.
That's for sure.
And this means they haven't accepted Yeshua. And let's see who that is.
Yeah.
They're anemic. Because Yeshua shed his blood for us. And look at this, 12 years. She was hemorrhaging for 12 years. They were anemic.
For a minute.
Also representing the 12 tribes. Okay? Which had spent all the living upon the physician, neither could they be healed of any. Now, there's two women here.
Yes. Yes.
There's two women, right?
Yes.
One was 12 years old, the 12 tribes, and the
Yes.
other one was what? 12
12
years
years.
with an issue of blood, correct?
Wow.
Okay?
Yes.
The two women are a type of two houses.
Yes.
Amen.
Wow.
One was Judah, Jews, and the other one was Ephraim, Christianity. Okay?
One is dying and the other one's anemic.
While one is healed,
One has anemic.
the other one is dead.
Wow.
The living but ill one is Judah, Jews.
Woo.
And the dead one is Ephraim, Christianity.
Wait a minute,
Yes.
The little girl was Ephraim?
Yes. Okay? But when Yeshua finished his work at the atonement, the dead resurrected husband, Yeshua, will bring life and healing to both Israel's daughter.
Yes.
Wow.
That's what that
So
represents.
he brings healing to both.
To
Yes.
both houses.
Both
To both
The
houses.
resurrected
both
Messiah.
houses.
The resurrected Messiah.
To both
Yes.
houses, which is...
This is why what's happening to his children, only Yeshua can really restore, can give shalom.
Amen.
Because nobody else can do that. We don't have that kind of power.
What a parable. Unbelievable. Another one.
Now let me continue.
Wow.
44. 44. And now they came behind him. This is the woman with the issue of blood. And touched the border of his garments, and immediately her issue of blood stench, and then it stopped. Okay, the word here came behind him and touched him means that they were praying. Right now, Jews are praying constantly for the Messiah to come back.
So verse 44 came behind him and touched him means praying.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
And look at what they touched. They touched the tzitzit. What is this? This is the names of Yahweh. Okay? She says, if only I touch by physically means touching, means praying. The reason we have converted is because our brother Judah, Jews, have been praying for us.
Yes.
And we accepted Yeshua, even though a lot of them don't know. But honestly, this is how we came to Yeshua, because they constantly were praying for us.
Yes.
Are you with me?
Amen.
45, and Yeshua said, who touched me? Do you really think he's not going to know who touched him?
Yeah.
Really? He says, who prayed for me?
Wow.
You touch, see, when you touch the Creator, when you touch the Messiah, when you touch him, you touch in power.
Amen.
And nothing will be impossible for you.
Woo.
When all denied, look at Peter, of course, he's got the big mouth. And they were all with him, said, Master, the multitude, they're thronging thee and press thee, and sayest thou, who touched me? In other words,
Could it be anybody?
it could be anybody, but see, Yeshua knows who are his.
Amen. Amen.
Because
Amen.
he is the good shepherd.
So
Right.
touching isn't like how we used to think physically touching it. It's calling
It's
out.
calling him.
Wow.
You call him when you pray.
Amen.
You touch him when you pray.
Wow.
He's constantly interceding for us. He's on the right hand of the Father in the Holy of Holies. Hallelujah. He is our advocate.
Amen.
He is our healer. He is our Or Shalom. And no weapon that is formed against us shall prosper, no matter what it is.
Amen.
It all depends on what you believe. Who do you believe? Who Yeshua said, who do you say that I am?
Woo.
Who do you say that I am?
Amen. Woo. Hallelujah.
Many said, well, some say that you're Elijah, and some say that you're this, and some say that you're this. But then he says, and who do you say that I am?
Yeshua HaMashiach,
Yes.
the
And
Son
Peter
of
said-
the living Elohim.
You are the Son of the living Elohim.
Amen. Wow.
Peter Bajona, nobody has revealed this to you but the Rucha of my Father.
Wow.
It all depends on who you know that he is. Who do you say? Who do you believe that he is? Who do you believe that he is? He is the Messiah that died for our sins, that is interceding constantly for us.
Amen.
down here. When you're down here. Maria, this is powerful. I hope it is, because he is powerful. And there's nobody like him.
Amen.
Let me continue. Because I'm not done with this message yet. 46. And Yeshua said, somebody has touched me. This is prayer. When you touch the Master, when you touch him in prayer, let me tell you, he makes angels move. He makes the wind stop. He does what he needs to say, because he knows he's loved you so much that he will work for you. Worry is not for you. Get rid of it.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Yeshua says, somebody has touched me, for I perceive that the power is gone out of me. And this is the power that you have.
Yes.
Now here comes the woman, and saw that she was not hid. In other words, now she's trembling in 47. And she's falling down before him, and she declared unto him before all the people, for what cause she had touched him, and how she was healed immediately. You have to remember, in this time, women who had their period, or women who were bleeding, who had hemorrhaging, they were considered unclean. Okay? But she didn't care.
Unclean.
See, when you don't care, you go through if you gotta go on your knees, if you gotta go like that, you don't care, because you know you want to touch the Master's talit. You want to touch his word. You want to touch him.
Amen. Hallelujah.
And look at, see, this is when you're determined. This is the kind of faith that what kind of faith do you have?
Yes.
Do you have Mickey Mouse faith?
Yes.
Or do you have the power that he says, today I give you power over all the enemy, over all the power of the enemy. And no weapon that is formed against you shall prosper.
Amen.
I haven't brought a message like this for a long time. Let me continue. One more verse. Here comes. 48. And he said unto her, daughter, which means she was Israel, be of good comfort. Thy faith has made you complete. Go in shalom. All the money that she wasted on physician, she's going to be restored back.
Amen.
All the time that she was sick, she's going to be healed. She says, go in peace, go in shalom, go in completeness, go in whole.
Okay.
Now do you see the difference?
Yes.
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 Yeah, go ahead and do 49 and 50, because then that's the other 12.
I'm sorry, 52?
49
49
and
and
50.
50.
49. While yet it spoke, there cometh from the ruler of the synagogue the house, saying, thy daughter is dead. Trouble not the Master. But Yeshua heard it. He answered him and saying, fear not. Believe only, and she shall be made whole.
Woo.
Wow.
Tell me if that's not powerful.
Yes, it is.
Listen very carefully. This is how, I'm going to say right now, this is how worry comes to our lives. Of course, there's only one way, that true shalom, and that is the word of Yahweh. Many search for fulfillment with money, sex, entertainment, etc. But those things do not fill that little hole in our soul that only Yahweh Elohim can fill. Those things only serve as they distract and prevent us from finding true shalom. The shalom that can only come from him who created and put all things in place, because he is the potter and we are the clay. The only one that can give us true shalom is him. It's Yahweh Sabaoth. Now, why is that? Look at this. You see the word shalom?
Yes.
I'm going to put one more letter there, and it's the letter Vav. The letter Vav. I'm going to put it right here. Okay? I think it's here. Okay. Vav is the 6th letter of the Hebrew alphabet. Now, why is that so important there? Because this Vav is a hook. Man that came from the earth is hooked to heaven, and that's how shalom, and we connect. Okay? And this is also Yohe Vav Hey. Yohe Vav Hey. Yod, He, Vav, He.
Amen.
Okay? This is man. That is hooked. What is it? When you're hooked, like when you're doing a tent, it's hooked what? So we can be hooked, so we can connect to the divine source
Amen.
of everything.
So the Vav is connected to the divine source.
Vav is man was created. This is man. He was created on the 6th day. Okay? 666. Okay? 6. Representing, doesn't it look like a hook?
That's our connection to
The connection.
to
When
the
you're
Shalom.
connecting. Look at this. Connecting earth to heaven. Earth to heaven. It's connecting men to heaven. It's connecting men to spiritual things. Yes.
When you're saying that, this reminds me, is it the picture of Da Vinci that where the man is sitting down?
With the what? I'm sorry.
Yeah, the finger.
Yeah. This,
Yes. Yes.
This is what comes to my mind.
Wow.
Yes. What do you accomplish from worry?
Nothing.
Absolutely nada.
Sicknesses.
Nada.
Right.
Which means nothing.
Headache.
Zero. There's no number. Zero.
Headache.
We worry about grades in school, about job, interview, approaching deadlines, shrinking budgets. We fret about bills and expenses, rising gas prices, insuring costs, endless taxes. We are obsessed about first impressions, political correctness, identity theft, and continuous and contagious infections. In spite of this worrying, we're still alive and well, and our bills are paid. And if they're not, they will be.
Amen.
Stop looking and talking about what you don't want, that's your problem. That's why it doesn't leave. Because you're constantly talking about it. If something makes you feel bad, why are you still talking about it?
Yeah.
That's why it hasn't left.
Right.
Talking about it.
Worrying is a waste of precious time. Over the time of lifetime, worry can add up to hours and hours of valuable time that we'll never get back. Worrying won't help you solve a problem or bring about possible solution, so why waste your time and energy on it? Are you going to be different from
Yes.
this today?
Yes. No more words.
Yes.
No more words. No more
See, the Bible says, Yeshua says, look at the birds. They don't plant, they don't harvest,
Amen.
they don't store foods in the barns,
Amen.
for your heavenly Father feeds them.
Yes.
Amen.
Aren't you far more valuable to Him than they are?
Yes.
Can all these worries add a single moment of your life?
No. It's
No.
way.
Don't believe
Wait.
don't believe everything you think.
Yeah.
I love that.
I believe everything you
that is
think.
awesome.
Hey, Sarah.
No,
Thank you
no,
for
lighter
your
back
thoughts.
here. Don't believe everything you think.
Look at this.
Wow.
I need to put
The warrior
a
worries
sign on that.
because he or she operates in the physical world in which everything is relative, arranged in order. It seems terrible. Life is a gift.
Amen.
When we realize how great a gift, we may just relax into this reality and celebrate whenever possible. Worry is not good for you. Worry is destructive to us in many ways. It becomes a mental burden, a clutter that can be even cause us to become physically sick. Someone said ulcers are caused not by what you eat, but by what's eating you.
Yeah. Exactly.
What's eating you.
Yeah. But what's eating you away?
Yes.
Head.
Yes.
Worries weighs a person down, and encouraging words cheers a person. Worry is opposite of trusting Elohim or God. The energy that we spend worry can be put much better in prayer. Don't you agree with me?
Yes.
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 Matthew, and you don't have to go there, in Matthew chapter 6 verse 30 says, "And if God cares so much wonderfully for the wildflowers and are here today and are thrown down in the fire tomorrow, He will certainly care for you.
Yes.
Why do you have such little faith? Faith is not thinking positive. Faith is a belief that is in your mind and your heart. If that faith is not in your mind and your heart, it's not going to work, because just speaking doesn't do anything. What do you believe in? Who is the God that you believe in? How great is He? How powerful is He?
Amen.
Don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. Tell Elohim what you need and thank Him for all that He has done. Then you will experience Elohim Shalom. Not man Shalom. Which exceed anything we can understand. His peace will guard your heart and mind as you live in Mashiach Yeshua. Listen very carefully. When you worry, you focus on the wrong direction. When you keep your focus on Yahweh, we remember His love for us, and we realize that truly we have nothing to worry about or fear. Elohim has a wonderful plan for our lives, and part of that plan includes taking good care of us, even in the difficult times, when it seems that like Elohim doesn't care. We can put our trust in Yahweh and focus on His kingdom, and Elohim will take care of our needs. How can He do this? We need to see ourselves as babies. We cannot see ourselves as adults. When a child is born, that child depends completely on the parents. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
For food, for cleansing, for hugging, for everything, correct?
Yes.
Well, we need to look at Yahweh that way. We cannot look at Yahweh as an adult. We have to look at Yahweh as a child. To depend completely on Him. Do you understand what I just said?
Yes.
This is why I tell you not to worry about everything in life, whether you have enough food or drink or enough clothes to wear. Isn't life more than food and your body more than clothing?
Yes, it is.
These things dominate your thoughts. But your Heavenly Father already knows all the things that you need. And stop asking Him the same question, because He's tired of hearing you.
Yeah, like a little kid.
You're constantly asking Him and asking Him the same thing. Have you gotten any answer?
He's blind and
No.
He will answer you. But He wants you to go on a level of faith that you're not right now. Because see, right now we go to Him like spoiled little brats. This is what I want. I want kids. Well, He knows what you want.
Are we there yet?
Are we there yet? Exactly. Seek the kingdom of Elohim above all else.
Oh, wow.
And His righteousness. And all these things He will give you. So don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will bring its own worries. Today are troubling us for today. Give all your worries and cares to Elohim, for He cares about you. We need the shalom of Yahweh that surpasses all understanding. What's the difference between peace and shalom? Anybody? Peace is the absence of war. In the book of Ecclesiastes it says there's a time of war and there's a time of peace. Well, that's not the peace I'm talking about. We all need this. I'm talking about completeness. So like a pie. When you buy a pie, and there's a lot of people, you just don't bring a little piece, you bring the whole pie. He doesn't just want to give you a fourth of the pie, He wants to give you the whole pie. So you can be complete. Okay? Shalom is all about things being as they should be. When you are lacking, that means you need restoration. You need shalom. The core idea is that life is complex, full of moving parts, and relationship and situation. And when these are out of alignment or missing, your shalom breaks down. Life is no longer whole. It needs to be restored. One part of your life is out of alignment because of sickness, loss, broken relationship, or something else. your shalom or your completeness breaks down, something needs to be restored. Shalom is a verb, means making complete or restoring. Listen very carefully. The prophet Isaiah looked forward to a time when Sar Shalom, the Prince of Peace, will come and bring endless shalom, restoration. Not just the absence of conflict, but a restoration of all brokenness and wholeness. This is why Yeshua's birth in the New Testament was called the arrival. In the Greek word is called erini, and it means peace. Why Yeshua said to his followers that he came to give peace to all of them. Shalom I leave with you. My shalom I give to you, not as the world giveth, I give to you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let you be afraid or worried. The apostles complained that Yeshua made peace between Yahweh and the people when he died and rose from the dead. You can find this, you don't have to go now. Romans 5:1. Yeshua has restored the right relationship between Yahweh and those who fully place their faith and trust in him alone for salvation. This is why the Apostle Paul wrote that Yeshua himself is our peace, is our covenant connector. Okay? Ephesians, don't go there. Ephesians chapter 2, verse 14 and 15. Yeshua is the complete human. Yeshua is the complete human. We are all were made to be. And he gives us his life. It is the gift that will allow us to become complete shalom people. We are to be believers of the kingdom and to create shalom just like he did, which requires patience with other people, humility, and bearing with one another in love. Becoming a people of peace is meaning participating in the life of Yeshua, who reconciled all things of heaven and earth through his blood on the tree, on the stake. Some of you call it cross. You can find this in Colossians chapter 1, verse 19 and 20. True peace takes a lot of work. Finding what's broken in our lives, relationship, or world is doing our best to make it whole. Do you all agree with this?
Amen.
Yes.
And this is to leave. I know all of you know what the Aaronic prayer. You all know that, right?
Yes.
It's when my husband does this. He's making the sheen right here. He's making the sheen. Okay? Mm-hmm. He does the Aaronic blessing. And this blessing, really, Yahweh said to Moses to tell the Levites that this is how you're going to bless Israel. And the ones that were supposed to do that was the Levites. Okay? Now, there's no temple. There's no Levitical system, even though there's Levitical tribes, okay? Because now Yeshua is our high priest, which comes from the tribe of Judah, okay? So let me tell you what the Aaronic prayer is. Mm-hmm. And most people are familiar with this. You know that, right? Okay. And it says, Yahweh bless you, and this is in Numbers, if you want to go there. Let's go there for a second, please, so we can finish. Numbers chapter 6, verse 24 to 26.
Numbers chapter 6.
Yes. Numbers chapter 6, verse 24 to 26.
Amen.
And Yahweh bless you and keep you. Yahweh make his face shine upon you and gracious to you. And Yahweh lift up his countenance upon you and give you shalom.
Amen.
What is the Aaronic blessing? Okay. Aaronic blessing really is how the Leviticus of the Levites were supposed to bless Israel. And it says, Yahweh keep you, Yahweh bless you and keep you. Yahweh make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. Yahweh turn his face towards you and give you shalom. And they will put my name on the Israelite, and I will bless them. Now,
Where does lift up his countenance upon me?
yes.
His government.
When there's a windmill, and the propellers are missing, really it's not complete, which means it has no shalom. Okay? The interpretation of the Aaronic blessing in a Hebraic mindset This is what it means. Are you all with me?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Get ready for this. Yahweh will kneel before you presenting gifts and will guard you with a hedge of protection. Yahweh will illuminate the wholeness of his being towards you, bringing order, and he will give you comfort and sustenance. Yahweh will lift up his wholeness of being and look upon you, and he will set in place all you need to be whole and complete, because he will give you shalom.
Can you say that again?
That whole thing?
Yeah. The Yahweh will present you.
Yahweh will kneel before you. I'll give it to you in a little bit.
Okay.
Okay? Now, let him have all your worries and cares. For he is always thinking about you and watching everything that concerns you. Great shalom have those that love your law, and nothing will offend them. Shabbat shalom to all of you.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Wow. Awesome. Awesome.
What have you learned?